Hello. I'd like to welcome you to this latest episode of my podcast, The Black Hole. Today, I'm talking about something I've been thinking about a lot recently. The relationships between men and women, and whether or not it's a man's duty to protect women. I mean, protect as in not just physical protect. For instance, someone trying to attack her or get up on her or something like that. No, I mean protect in all ways. Spiritually, mentally, physically, financially. The women in your life. Now, I know a lot of people say, oh, that's simp. That's simp activity. You know, and I'm not talking about trying to buy a woman's affection that a woman that cares nothing about you, a woman that you don't know. I'm talking about the women in your life, however you want to define that. It could be your sister, mother, sister-in-law, cousin, any women that are close to you in your life, interact with you, that means something to you and that you mean something to those women. And I would say, yes, it is a man's duty to protect the women in his life. It doesn't mean women are somehow weaker or somehow more fragile. No. Some of the strongest people I know, period, are women. I've only seen a woman work a double shift all day, then go home and raise some kids. I've never seen a man do that. A man, we work a double shift, we go home, we got to take a nap. You know, we got to drink a beer, we can barely function after that. But women are strong. They have their own type of strength. I'll get into that down the road again in another episode. Men and women, their strength is different. A strong woman, a strong man, they're strong in different ways for different reasons. I'll get into that later in another episode, but for the most part, men, when we can provide, when we can protect, we feel good doing that. And why do you feel good doing that? Because that's our function. You see, everything goes down back to biology. Okay, it goes back to we are creatures. You know, we're creatures like any other creature out there. We're governed by the same rules that every other creature is governed by. And the main purpose of an organism, reproduction. Reproduction is a big part of a woman's existence. It's the thing that she can do that no man ever can. Okay? We men are designed to facilitate the reproduction. You know, we give our contribution to the DNA, of course, during sex. But also, in humans in particular, that woman, you know, she gets far along pregnant. Her stomach's big. She needs to take it easy a little more so that she can give birth to a healthy child safely. So what the man will have to do is he had to bring her food, you know, make sure a wolf or a bear or a lion didn't get her, all that. So that was but you gotta understand this. That was our primary role for hundreds of thousands of years. We evolved with that in mind. You gotta think about this. The current modern world existed for maybe 70 years. A snapshot. Men and the woman's roles that we evolved to fulfill, they're still there. They're still there. That's why all women, they might say, I don't want kids. I don't know. No. They do. Even if they don't know they don't want them. They want them eventually. They always will. That's why women want to have sex. Women want to have sex. It's part of reproduction. Yeah, it feels good, but that's the reason people have sex drives. And that's the reason people engage in risky sexual behavior. You ever think, why would a woman sleep with a bum, basically? A guy that has got nothing going for him. no future, doesn't treat her that good. Why would she do that? Well, because she has a strong urge to reproduce. That explains why I know so many intelligent women, capable women, but when it comes to that, they make poor decisions. It's because it's not made with their rational brain. It's made with its biology. It's animal nature there. Her mind, if she thought about it, would tell her, hey, don't sleep with this guy. Don't do this. But her body's saying, yeah, get pregnant. You're supposed to do that. Get pregnant. That's what her body's telling her. And just like to provide for a woman, it comes natural for a man to protect a woman. It comes natural for a man. We feel good doing that. We feel good being able to provide, protect the women in our life. We feel good doing that. If you don't feel good doing that, I think you're more of a selfish little boy. You're not a man yet. You'll get there though eventually. It takes men sometimes. You don't become a real full man until you're 30 sometimes. So it takes a while for us, but you'll get there. And like I said before, I don't mean in the modern world. We'll get back to the modern world now. There's no wolves. There's no bears trying to eat nobody. Women can feed themselves. They can work. They can do a lot themselves. So it will seem like, oh, okay, we're equal. We can do all the same things. She doesn't need me to protect her in any kind of way. Yes, she does. If the woman's in your life, especially if you're in a relationship with this woman, she needs you to protect her. And the biggest way you can protect her is by your own actions. It's not the outside threats that's going to hurt the woman most. It's not the outside threats. It's not the wolf. It's not the bear. It's not the elements anymore. The biggest threat is going to come from that man in her life. That's the biggest threat. So many women are killed by the men in their life. So many women. It's disgraceful. It's really disgraceful how men treat women they so-called care for, so-called love. It's disgraceful. It really is. It's a damn shame. The women that are closest to you, you treat worse than the women that are strangers. And don't admit that. Don't try to act like no. So many times. So many times I've seen this. And in the past I've done it too. I mean, I can brag and say in my adult life I never raised a hand. I never yelled, never cussed out any woman. I've never done any of that. As an adult. As a kid, you don't know what to do, but as an adult, I've never done none of that. I never saw the reason why I should do that. I figure you should conduct yourself as a man a certain kind of way. Have I done that? But that's not the case for most people. You treat the women in your life like trash often. Often you see that. The men treating the women in their life like garbage. Even they're not hitting them always. They're not hitting them. They're not physically mistreating them. What they're doing though, protection goes mental too. They're not protecting them mentally. They're not protecting them spiritually. When you treat someone like dirt, it hurts how they think about themselves. It also hurts how they feel about themselves. You can call your spirit feelings. You can call it that, I guess. And men oftentimes are dropping the ball when it comes to that. Finances too, in a way. I don't think you should get in a situation where that's the main goal of the relationship. But it should be part of that. It's definitely part of that because that woman, she needs to be confident that, okay, if she lays down with you, y'all make some kids, that you can actually bring home the bacon because her first instinct is to be with the kids more. A woman should never have to choose work over having children. But many women are forced to. Because they don't have a man around or they don't believe they can find a man that will step up and take care of them so they can take care of their children and have children like they on the schedule they want to. Many women, That's why many women choose to go into career first, and they end up waiting for a man. And by the time, they find a man that might be okay for them, they're already at the end of their reproductive capabilities. They're already close to their mid-30s. And then that's a whole new can of worms there, trying to have a child when it's gonna be just more difficult and more dangerous, more costly too. So financially, physically, spiritually, mentally, it's a man's duty to protect the women in his life. You don't gotta go overboard with it. You're not a Superman, okay? You're not flying around with a cape bulletproof. You're not bulletproof. I'm not saying if someone looks at your girl when you're out of the movies, you're not supposed to jump up in someone's face. No, that's just being stupid. Because if you're gone, you can't. If you're gone in jail, dead, you can't protect your woman any kind of way. You gotta think smart about it. I'm not talking about nothing like that. That's foolishness. I'm talking about everyday, real life stuff. Even if you are having a bad day, don't take it out on your woman. Don't talk to your woman rough and hard. Don't do that. Even if she wants to yell or fuss and fight, stay calm. Stay calm with the woman. She'll calm down eventually. And if she's the type that wants drama, wants to holler all the time, then that's not the woman you need to be with. Let her be with a guy that is cool with that. But you never need to holler, yell, cuss, fight a woman in any kind of way. There's no reason for a man to ever do that. If you're doing that, if you want to argue, fuss and fight with a woman, in my opinion, you're not a man. You're still a boy. You could be an old boy. You could be a 28-year-old boy. You could be a 30-year-old boy. So you got a little ways to go. Because that woman's in your life, and you so-called love this woman in your life, treat her that way. That's all you have to do. Treat her like you love her. Treat her like she's precious to you. Okay? That's all I have to say for this one. All right.